Tonight, we're doing a studio tour part 2. We're going to show you a little more how we make the Goblin's Corner and also answer a couple of questions. In our last video, we did a studio tour. Now, let's show you a little bit about the process of how we do this.
Once we've recorded our video, we drag everything over to my current editing station, which just happens to be a small Mac Mini. This is the M1, and it's worked up until recently. Thanks Premiere for upgrading. Now I have to revert my version. But normally I would bring it into Audition, and as you can see in this clip, this is just Matt's clip here, I've gone ahead and made a whole bunch of marker files of where I want to cut so that we can kind of slim down our talking into something that you can easily digest, i.e. 40 minutes or less.
That's because both of us have a bad habit of going on and on and on.
Yeah, we wax philosophical like Socrates. In this case, what you see is the actual files that are laid out in Audition for myself and Matt. And I've already cut these up. But what I normally would do is, once I've made the marks, I would export that out as a WAV file for Premiere. That way, when I import the video into Premiere with the superior audio from our better sound, then it already has the edit points and jump points for the YouTube video, which is great. We also have some limited show notes here as well. As you can see, I haven't written anything on this one for the most part, but I would usually do like the time check when things go ahead and occur. We would have any time that I drop an F-bomb or something like that, because I drop frequent F-bombs. Matt doesn't do as many of them. And then we would save this file. So the audio podcast is done for iTunes and Spotify and whatever else, right? I've cut it up. It's good to go. Then what I would do is open it up in Premiere. As you can see here, we have the video. I've gone ahead and taken both Matt and mine and put it into a nested sequence. And then this is my audio, Matt's audio from the original, and then our superior audio that we recorded through our mics, which are both Samson Q2Us, and then into our Behringer. So we've gone ahead and got better audio because GoPros don't really do great audio. The workflow is very easy, right? So I've got some common audio graphics and sequences. I've got my stuff, which is just all of my videos, all of Matt's videos, and then we've got our sequences here. So myself, Matt, the show overall, because we put it together into one sequence, and then our YouTube sequence here, which is the episode itself. Then what I do is I go in here and then do a little bit of editing, right? So I have these already cut up, as you can see, and then these are future clips to be cut. So I just go through and cut all this stuff up, and then I'll add graphics and overlays and whatever else that's needed for the video.
How long does it usually take you to edit for a 40-minute video?
Forever.
Okay.
I would say it takes me longer to edit the audio because we want the audio quality to be really good.
Right.
Unless I'm recording on my phone, which we're doing now.
Sure.
But normally I would say it takes maybe like 3 or 4 hours of good editing on the audio side, and probably the same amount for the video. If it's trickier because maybe we've done a lot of takes, or we've said a lot of ums, or our brains just aren't working, it could be 8 hours or more.
So that's it. Once it's made, we upload it to YouTube, and you guys get to watch it.
For some reason, people want to know what's behind Matt and I all the time, so I'm just going to show you a couple things. This is the best picture on the internet here. It's a dinosaur breathing fire shooting laser beams with a cat with a machine gun. And I don't know if you can see up top there, but we've got aliens shooting laser beams at the cat and the world behind it. What more could you want?
Yep, that's the internet in a nutshell.
Yeah. I've also got some things that I have created over the years, such as this house, which I crafted myself out of some foam and some cardboard. In fact, this is actually, used to be a Pop-Tart box that I crafted. I really enjoy this.
Now, this is something that's not in the shot very often, but it is occasionally, it shows up. This is my Mimic dice holder with my Malachite dice set in there. A gift from my wife.
I've got Godzilla because I love Godzilla.
This is Boba Fett escaping the Sarlacc pit.
Like a badass.
Yep. We actually occasionally will have the jets lit. Sometimes we don't bother. It really depends on whether or not we remember.
Troika. If you haven't played this game, you should.
We have some Pathfinder books, Vampire and World of Darkness stuff, Firefly Serenity game, old school box sets, some Dark Sun from AD&D, Dungeoneer Survival Guide, Dragonlance 5th Age, the Planescape box set, and directly behind me is the Spelljammer set because I love Spelljammer. It's one of my favorite settings.
These are all D20s that I've gotten autographed. So this one has Keith Baker's autograph on there, which is cool. We get these at Dragon Con every year. So if you see somebody walking around with a big ass dice and a marker, it's probably me. This is an earth elemental I made as well, crafted during the pandemic. It was just a bunch of rocks that I put together and a lot of glue and a lot of time. People ask us, we've got cameras, we have lights, we've got sound stuff. Matt, what's the most important piece of equipment in the studio?
That's easy. It's a lint roller. You have multiple cats, I have multiple cats, and if we filmed without this, it would look insane.
My cats shed like Halley's Comet.
It's true. How did you guys come up with the show?
It was the pandemic, and I was an improviser doing a weekly show at my theater, and it closed down. I was bored and had nothing to do. Matt and I have been talking about D&D and gaming for many years, and it was something that we love to do. We love helping other people make better games, play better characters, and so forth. And we were sitting on our back porch one night, and we said, you know what? You've got nothing to do. I've got nothing to do. Let's start a show and help everybody else. And so that's how it came about. It was literally that simple. And the next week we started recording. Now, the fun part is that neither of us had ever made a podcast before in our lives. I'm pretty sure about that, right?
Yeah, that is correct.
Yeah, you didn't make one. And so we had to learn how to do all the audio, all the video stuff on our own. And a couple years later, here we are.
When we were discussing it, one of the things that I mentioned was it would be really cool if we could just be two goblins sitting in like the stereotypical dark corner of the tavern. And from there, it just kind of turned into the Goblins corner. And now we're just two goblins talking about stuff.
That's it, folks. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.